Her laughter is something I will never forget. When we were younger, it was the kind of laugh that made my heart skip a beat, soft, melodic, and full of joy. But now, as she stepped through the front door after her business trip, that laughter was different, sharp and reckless. "Hello, sweetie," Sarah said in a breezy voice, as if she had been somewhere far away, not at a conference. Her laugh still echoed as she kicked off her heels and tossed her purse onto the chair near the door. But then she saw it, the framed photo on the dining table. Her laughter stopped abruptly, as though someone had pressed a mute button. Her smile faltered, and her face turned pale. She froze, staring at the picture of us on our wedding day. She wore a beautiful lace gown. I was in my sharp navy suit. We both looked like we had won the lottery. But now, bold red letters were scrawled across the glass. "I know." Her eyes widened with fear as she turned to face me. "What is this, Jack?" she asked, her voice trembling. I leaned against the kitchen counter, arms folded. "Why don't you tell me, Sarah?" She opened her mouth, but no words came out. I could see her mind racing, trying to figure out how much I knew and how I had found out. "Jack, I don't know what you're talking about," she stammered, her confident facade crumbling. I let out a bitter laugh, one that sounded foreign even to me. "Please, don't insult my intelligence. For months, you've been lying to me. Business trips, late nights at the office, your sudden obsession with the gym. Do you think I'm blind?" I pointed to the photo, then grabbed my phone, scrolling through a series of images. Each one was more damning than the last. Sarah and her business partner, Mark, holding hands at a seaside resort, sharing a kiss under a cabana, laughing together over drinks. "I can explain, Jack," she said, her voice cracking. "Explain?" I snapped, my voice rising with each word. "Explain how you've been sneaking around with Mark while I've been working late to pay for your yoga classes and spa days. You lied to me, Sarah, over and over again. Are you sorry you got caught, or are you just sorry I found out?" She took a step toward me, her hands raised as if an embrace could fix everything. "Jack, please. It's not what it looks like." I raised my hand, stopping her. "Don't. For the last 2 months, I've been gathering evidence. Do you want to know why?" Her lips quivered, but she didn't respond. "Because I needed to be sure I wasn't imagining things," I said coldly. "Now that I am sure, I've made some decisions." She began to cry, but I felt nothing, not anger, not sadness, just a strange sense of relief. "I've already filed for divorce," I said, my voice calm and steady. "The papers will be delivered tomorrow. I suggest you review the prenuptial agreement carefully. You will get what you brought into this marriage. Nothing more." Her face crumpled as she realized the prenuptial agreement was ironclad, protecting my family's assets. "You don't have to do this, Jack," she whispered. Ignoring her, I continued, "I've also informed Mark's wife. She was surprisingly understanding. In fact, she shared some of her own photos with me." Sarah's jaw dropped, but no words came out. "Oh, and one more thing," I said, pulling a folder from the drawer. "If you try to fight this divorce, all of this," I gestured to the evidence, "will go straight to your company's HR department. Let's see how they handle 2 senior managers having an affair on company time and money." She collapsed into a chair, sobbing into her hands. "I made a mistake, Jack," she pleaded. "Please, I love you." I laughed hollowly. "Love? Don't pretend this is love, Sarah. You love the life I gave you. It's comfort, security, and stability. But you didn't respect me. You threw it all away for what? A cheap thrill." Her sobs grew louder, but I felt nothing but liberation. "I'll be staying at a hotel for the next few days," I said, grabbing my keys. "Movers will come by the end of the week to pack your things. You need to leave this house. Jack, please. We can fix this. We can go to counseling," she begged. I shook my head. "Some things can't be fixed, Sarah." I paused at the door, glancing back one last time. "Oh, and I canceled the credit card you used for your business trip. Good luck explaining that. Without another word, I walked out, her cries fading behind me. As I drove away, I felt a swirl of emotions: anger, betrayal, sadness. But beneath it all was a sense of freedom. For the first time in years, I could start over. The next morning, Mark's wife texted me. "Thank you for telling me. I'm leaving him too. We deserve better." She was right. We did. As I looked out at the rising sun, I realized the end of my marriage wasn't the end of my life. It was the beginning of something new, a fresh start. For the first time in months, I felt hopeful.